Hey, how's it going, everybody? Long time no see. We've got version 66 here. Not really a beta video, but just to keep with the theme and where the information generally comes from, we'll call it a beta video, but this went live in the game today. If you've ever wondered what Empires and Puzzles would be like with way more quality of life features, a dev team that listens to player feedback, and more value for your money spent, then download Gemstone Legends right now from the links in the description of this video to get yourself a free $50 starter bonus. I know it can be intimidating to start a new game like this, but between myself and other great content creators, there are tons of tutorial videos out there to make playing Gemstone Legends a lot of fun. The fact that they offer a $50 starter bonus to new players and have such great quality of life features are two big reasons why over 50,000 Empires and Puzzles players have already made the switch. It's awesome, and I look forward to seeing you there. So let me know what you guys think of this information, what kind of videos you want to see most going forward, and I will try to factor that into the videos that I make. So thanks everyone for watching. So, all right, first up, Goblin Village. To be perfectly honest, I don't remember if that is the standard name for the Goblin event that comes through. I believe it is. And those are one of the best groups of heroes in the entire game. I think the two most dominant families right now are the the Journey family, the War of Three Kingdoms heroes, and also the Goblin heroes, because Growth and Wither is so powerful, and the passives of the new Journey heroes are ridiculous. Of gaining 10% mana, 50% chance to gain that with each buff, so 4 buffs gives 4 chances, and they just fire so damn quick. And then that the abilities are so good. Let's not talk about that because that is a tangent here. But Goblin heroes. So Goblin Garrison Guard arrives. It's unclear if these are going to be like they're fighting the goblins. So the classic thing that I've said in the past of they create the disease and then sell us the cure. So the Goblin heroes are overpowered. So what do? They sell you the heroes that you need to then balance them out. And it's this whole tail chasing thing. So Garrison Guard arrive in the Goblin Village and bring their own mega minions to battle. Let's see. New Garrison Guard family heroes. So if these aren't described in here, which I don't think they are, we'll pull up the thread with those heroes in it and look at what we're expecting from Vana and Shimmer scale, because that is relevant to this conversation. Hero League is returning, and it came back for the second time, and they canceled it immediately. Something was wrong with it after they had been working on it for like a year. They seem to have made some good improvements there, where it's not 10 battles every day, but it starts off with a lower number of only 4, and then it ramps up. So it's, there's so many things happening in the game that it's nice that it's also not a huge time demand. Take 2 for Hero League 2024. So yeah, I guess there was some issue. Hard to understand why, but that's been fixed. So not too many changes here. We have the typical improvements and fixes. So let's look at these. Added an additional info box with clarification text to some special skill descriptions. That's very vague. Made the fast battle indicator more visible in battle when it is enabled. Okay. It's pretty obvious when it's enabled though, because the battle is moving super fast. TikTok and Instagram links. That's important. Modified mana steal to adjust for heroes having different mana speeds. This seems like a big change. I don't fully understand it, but mana steal now grants the same percentage of max mana as it's stolen. So I think what that means is a 30%, let's use a more round number, 50% mana. If you're a slow hero, means 6 tiles of mana. If you're a very fast speed hero, that means 3. So stealing 50% from a slow hero is actually a lot more. If you take half the tank of gas out of a semi-truck versus a scooter, it's going to be a lot more fuel from the first source. So I think it's the same thing here, where that's going to reflect in the way that mana is stolen, which is good. And it makes you wonder, what mana speed were they being treated as in the past? Because if this wasn't factored in, then it was acting as if everyone was the same mana speed, which is something I wonder. Added an info box to Nautica's hero card that specifies their mana generation increase does not apply to other copies of Nautica. So if you had like 3, there's certain positions where you could just be chaining this endlessly, and they don't want to have these mana loops. They've snuffed those out in the past with Znulfod before he was nerfed, and now they're doing it again. It makes sense. I think there's just people that take advantage of that, and ultimately it's sort of a loophole strategy, not really a key strategy. Adjusted some special skill animations, Akarog and Galapago, okay. Fixes. Fixed an issue that caused Costume Tutorial to appear when in Quest View. Fixed an issue with Molgog's special skill audio. Fixed an issue with the ability to claim chests from some specific summons on devices with narrow and tall screen resolutions. So I guess they were off-screen or something like that, but that's probably affecting very few people. Fixed a visual scaling issue with Alchemy Lab on tablets. Status effects or stacks that affect mana generation now correctly only apply to mana gained from matching tiles when attacking or at the end of the turn when defending. Fix an issue with the Fiend minion cloning behavior where they didn't clone correctly to wings and center. Now the Fiend minions will fill empty familiar slots on heroes over time, but will not attempt to duplicate themselves if there are no empty slots available in the targeted locations. Interesting. It sounds like a very specific issue and a complicated one. Not something I recall having encountered. Fix an issue where the attacks that chain through all the enemies who are adjacent to hit enemy ended if one of the hit enemies was defeated. Okay, that's a good fix. Now the attack continues past the enemy. Fixed an issue where purchasing a calendar offer very close to the expired time could prevent the purchase from being counted towards the calendar quest. Interesting. Belladonna's special skill now executes in the correct order, and increased healing from fiends is included in the initial heal. Troops are now displayed correctly on the Riddles of Wonderland stages before and after the element. Oh, interesting. I never noticed that before. That when it turns all your heroes like green, for example, I guess the troops were still coming through whatever color they originally were, which is very strange that they would put something so extremely niche on their to-do list when there's way bigger problems. Fix some unintended situations where restrictions on legendary troop conversions were not properly applied. Okay, so people found a loophole to get away with something. I wonder what that was. Where restrictions on troop conversion were not properly applied. So there's the timing restriction. If any of you know what that situation is, if you heard about people getting around this, let us know in the comments, because that's always interesting to know. People seem to find any little loophole that they can. Fix an issue that caused some, what's POA? Path of Adventure? Missions to not coincide with the start of relative events. Okay, so that shows that they do, if I'm understanding this correctly, that they do try to put certain challenges with certain events, like quest stages usually happens during challenge events and stuff like that, which is good, and they've improved that, so that's even better. That's helpful. Let's find the Goblin description of these heroes, and that'll be the last thing for this video. But let me know your thoughts so far on version 66, if you're in favor. It seems like a lot of niche bug fixes. There are some good changes, but overall not a ton happening here. Alright, Garrison Guard heroes. There's 3 of them, but only 2 are coming in this update. So let's take a look at the 2 that we'll be seeing. Shimmer scale, that art is real bad, in my opinion. That's the one that we saw featured. Alright, holy shit, the stats. Damn. Attack 1110 with no emblems or anything. Defense 1040, HP 1623, fast speed yellow fighter. Garrison family, we'll need to see what that is. Ether power is attack up. Passive, guard rally. Every 4 turns removes all wither effects from all allies. Okay, here it is. We're being sold the cure to the disease that they created. Every 4 turns, which is not super often, to be honest. I guess they don't want to remove the power of Wither too quickly, and growth is still untouched in this, but maybe the other hero might affect that, so then you need both the heroes if you want to be able to control both. Alright, special skill, Rude Awakening. Remember, this is fast speed. 200% damage to the target and nearby, so very low by today's standards, which means there's got to be some other super strong stuff in here. Summons a Sword Guard Mega Minion with 30% HP and 180% attack. The target hit by the Sword Guard Mega Minion receives 198 poison damage over 3 turns. This effect spreads. Not particularly good. The poison spreads, I wonder if that means that it's like impossible to get rid of it. Like you can cleanse it, but I mean if you weren't cleansing and you weren't ailment blocking, would it just spread back and forth constantly? Because usually the I forget what they're called, but the kinds of damage that like D'Artagnan and Rain and whoever else has those spreading ailments, if it just goes in one direction and then stops. It doesn't like bounce back and just stay there permanently. So I would expect this to be the same, but it is some extra damage. It is going to go up with attack, but that's, maybe it's 100 per turn, 100, and it wouldn't even be 150. Maybe it could be 125 per turn, which is not bad, but it's not crazy good considering the damage is all the way down to 200. Obviously, the benefit here is that you're getting the removal of Wither every 4 turns, and that's just a passive. You don't need to do anything for that. So it almost feels like they're putting out a weaker special skill just because people are going to pull for this passive, which is a little predatory, but kind of par for the course as well from what we've seen. All right, Vana, not who I expected to have the name Vana. Attack 1089, defense 1067, HP 1635, slow speed, red monk, ether power regen. Passive, mana during Wither. Gain 10% mana at the start of each turn if any ally on the battlefield has an active Wither effect. It would be much better if it was any hero on the battlefield, enemy or ally. That would be a lot better and would allow you to use this synergy to your favor, because slow speed is a big risk still. On defense, you can get away with it. Like I forget what his name is, the blue goblin hero. Faced him as a tank and struggled because I couldn't do what I needed to do before, and then he's boosting defense by 400, which is huge, and healing and doing other beneficial stuff. So I don't like using slow heroes. I don't even like using average speed heroes on offense. 10% mana is good, but that's only like 1.2 tiles, which is not going to change things a lot, but it's every turn. But you have to be hit by Wither first, which puts you in a really dangerous spot. All right. 2 passives. Also remove... Wait, what? Gains 10% mana if an ally has Wither, but then every 4 turns removes all Wither effects. That doesn't really... I wonder if they've swapped one for the other, or if there's supposed to be 2. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 because it's a slow speed hero, but if anyone knows, let us know in the comments. Recovers 48% health for all allies. Summons a Shield Guard Mega Minion with 60% HP. That's massive. The Sword Guard Mega Minion cleanses the latest statable... Wow. Cleanses the latest cleansable status ailments from each ally each turn. This does not trigger secondary effects. Okay, so this is just totally an anti-goblin hero. That's really good, but quite slow. That's the only thing. If average speed, this would be a really good hero to have. Slow speed, I mean, people are going to max him, but it seems a little more risky to me. So 48% health for all allies, 60% HP minion for himself, and as long as the minion is there, cleanses the latest cleansable status ailment from all allies each turn, but only the latest. That still seems really good. It's just, can you fire this hero within battle, because these defense teams are so fast. All right, I guess we'll look at the epic too, because what's her name? Goldie is actually really good. The Grog Master. Wow, cool. Look at the stats compared to the... Oh, compared to the other ones. That's so annoying. All right, attack 686, defense 703, HP 1228. It's like there's like a power sprint with legendary heroes, and we don't even have power creep with epic heroes anymore. They're just like miles behind. Anyways, let's not go off on a tangent here. Average speed, Ice Barbarian, Ether Power, Revive. Every 4 turns, removes all wither effects. So that's pretty nice. If this hero is usable at average speed, that could be a good way to get this passive without having to try to pull one of the legendary heroes. Scale of the Newt. Deals 130% damage to all enemies. It's going to be very weak at those stats. Summons a Sword Guard Mega Minion, 30% HP. Target receives a little bit of poison. So yeah, it would be hard to justify bringing this hero to the battle. If there was the cleanse without triggering effects, people would double limit break and use this hero as much as they could because that would be too good. But having just a little bit of poison and really low damage is the way they're keeping this epic hero from being useful against legendary heroes, and I really don't like that. All right, we'll look at this last one, the Nervous Knight Guardsman. Exactly how they want a 3-star to feel. Like he's like, I don't know if I should be here. Attack 538, defense 500, HP 696, average speed, nature, fighter. Also removes wither, 210 to the target and nearby, so average speed. Caster nearby, get plus 36% defense. Caster nearby, get plus 36% critical chance. This will be a great hero for tournaments and stuff. Yeah. So there you have it. Let me know what you think of version 66 and these Garrison Guard heroes. Also, let me know what kind of videos you want to see going forward or what your top choice for the kinds of videos are. And I can try to prioritize that into the videos that I make. Since the videos are for you guys, I want to know what you guys want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.